You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, woo, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down. Woo!
You are watching the leaders in full immersion gaming, and this is the pregame show only on the NBL Network.
Welcome one and all to another edition of the NBL Live pregame show, and that's brought to you each and every week by our graphic sponsor, Web3KS.com. They do that overlay you see here on NBL Live, a ton of other graphics for us, and they are super affordable. So if you or anyone you know needs graphics done for an affordable price, head over to Web3KS.com. They are the leaders in affordable graphic design. Thanks for hanging out with us, folks. I'm OSU. I'm hanging out with my man, Sonny Weaver, taking you up to this Week 9 game between the Detroit Lions and the New England Patriots. Should be a good one here on NBL Live. But before we get there, we got to talk about what's going on the network. And Sonny, this is something we're both very excited about. The new show coming to the network, highly debatable, featuring these two established, attractive men that you see here on NBL Live. Myself and Sonny Weaver bring you the first fully video show. It's the first debate show here on NBL Live. And Sonny, it's a big change from the norm because a lot of these original programs here on the NBL Network are very news-based, reporting on the Blitz and CC do such a great job of reporting on the stories from around the NBL. This is going to be the first show that we really have, like, it's fully focused on the opinions of the hosts.
And it will be very debatable, as we say. No topic off limit. We're going after it. Me and you getting heated. I think we're going to have some fun. I think there's going to be some very interesting things come up, and I'm excited to get this first episode going.
And I think we actually have, Mr. Weaver, a little debut here on the NBL Live pregame show.
A little bit we do.
A little bit. Check out the intro for the new show, highly debatable, only here on the NBL Network. It's coming up soon, and this intro is going to get you pumped up. Oh man, ready for this one to come out, folks. Highly debatable here on the NBL Network. First episode will be dropping early next week, Sonny. That's a sweet little intro, and I think the part that I think maybe people aren't really getting their heads around is that we talk about this debate show, but there's going to be a whole lot of audience interaction to determine who wins each episode.
Yes, you guys will choose who wins. Obviously, I will win most of the time. But on the off chance somebody wants to declare OSU a winner, occasionally make him feel better about himself, you will be able to do that through Twitter. We'll get those hashtags out to you very soon.
Highly debatable. Again, coming out early next week here on the NBL Network. All right, let's get to the game at hand. We got the Lions and the Patriots, and let's take a look at the players to watch for this week's game. And, of course, for the Detroit Lions, it's Sonny Weaver's favorite player in the world. It is Matt Stafford. He's completing 74% of his passes, almost 1,600 yards passing so far. Quarterback rating of 98.6, 9 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. And, Sonny, I think that's where the most interesting stat is we rarely have seen a Matt Stafford with a touchdown to interceptions ratio this bad and a quarterback rating this bad. We're used to seeing Stafford in the mid-110s to 120s. He's in there at 98.6. He's still completing 74% of his passes, but he's having a little trouble keeping it in his own team's hands.
Yeah, Matthew Stafford, people know how I feel about Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford is
your favorite player.
Maybe overrated? I don't know. That's something we could possibly debate. But, nonetheless, Matthew Stafford, I think he's going to carry this game. Maybe a little bit down year for him, but nonetheless, he's still one of the elite quarterbacks in NBL.
Side, it is, of course, Their offensive leader, their quarterback, Tom Brady. Brady, he's having a very oddly similar season to Matt Stafford, Sonny. He's completing slightly less of his passes, only at 59%, 1,400 yards passing. With that quarterback rating, 95.1, slightly under Stafford. He actually has a positive touchdown to interception ratio, 9-8. But I think the big part about Tom Brady is that number of pass attempts. Only 135 pass attempts. They don't rely on the pass as much as the Lions do. But Brady has shown this year that he has the ability to air it out if he needs to.
Got the ability to air it out. I'm not sure I would call 59.2% compared to nearly 75% be slightly less. I'd say that's a whole world less there. Tom Brady, he's had a very tumultuous NBL career, I would say. I'd say the last couple seasons have not gone the way he's exactly planned it. 9 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Not what I would call elite playing, but what I will say tonight is this team is going to need him to make some plays. The running game has not really shown up this year. Tom Brady really is the key to win this game.
All right, and we're about ready to send it out to the game. But, Sonny, we got to get your prediction again, folks. Get your predictions in the chat. We'll be reading those throughout the first quarter. Sonny, who do you like in this one? Two teams looking to stay relevant, the Detroit Lions or the New England Patriots. Lions, a team that's looking like it's a little down this year, and a win tonight on NBL Live would be huge for them. The Patriots looking to solidify themselves as a true AFC contender.
Well, the Patriots play good defensive ball, and I really like the Patriots secondary. I've said it all year. You look on the outside, Stephon Gilmore, Butler, 2 great guys, Donta Hightower in the middle. I think they're going to get to Matthew Stafford. I think they're going to pick him off a couple times. I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to take the New England Patriots 20-14.
The Patriots playing at home, Sonny, going with the home team. There's only one way to find out. Let's get it out to the game. Coming up right now, it's Week 9 action. Broadcast number 141 of NBL Live. It's the New England Patriots and the Detroit Lions, and it's coming up right now here on NBL Live.
My name is Rex Dixon.
Jake Stein.
Clint from EA Sports.
You're watching NBL.
You're watching the NBL Network. And you're watching the MBLN Network.
Empty backfield for Atkins. He's been dropping back to pass here on 4th down. He's looking deep over the middle. He has a man. It's Brandon Cooks. Who catches it, makes a man miss.
Oh, that's
Woodard is dropping back. He's got open over the middle.
Wow. That big playmaker ability as he finds him again.
Into the end zone. Another touchdown. NBL Live broadcast number 141 is underway. We got a great matchup here for you tonight, folks. It is a Week 9 matchup between the 5-2 Detroit Lions and the 4-3 New England Patriots. We appreciate each and every one of you tuning in this week. I'm OSU. Hang out with my man, Sonny Weaver. Sonny, you picked the Patriots to win this game. It's an interesting selection considering how strong the Lions have been. But, I mean, how rare is it to see the Lions? You saw it on that stat there. Their team is -4 in the turnover category. This was a team that thrived itself on forcing turnovers, and they're so far struggling to do it.
It's been one of those up and down seasons. The Patriots have really been hot and cold this year. They've had some big wins, but some terrible losses. We saw it not long ago when we had them, I think, on NBL Live just a few weeks back against the San Diego Chargers. It's just a gut feeling. I think if they want a chance to win here, that's what's going to have to happen.
Now let's check out some of the predictions coming in from the chat. We got Firedog saying Lions 45-17. Carl Prince saying Detroit 24, Patriots 23. Porter going Lions 38, Pats 37. A lot of 1-point selections here. King Savage and Will Secret going the other way, both taking the Patriots to win. It's split kind of down the middle here, because I think, Sonny, the interesting part about this game is we're going to find out a lot about what these teams are made of in this primetime matchup.
Definitely a lot here.
First and 10 is Brady, and the Patriots starting with the ball. He's going to toss it underneath to Hogan, who's going to get the first down and more up to the 40-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the play. A big first down and a nice rhythm set there for Tom Brady, getting the passing game going early.
Kevin Hogan working out of the slot here. Kind of a bigger receiver to be working out of the slot. He can get downfield. Watch for those deep seam Hogan.
First and 10 now for the Patriots. It's going to be Tom Brady under center. He's got 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. First and 10, they're going to hand it off to James White, who has a nice hole on the left side. Good blocking there. It's going to be a nice run, 6 yards up to the 46-yard line. Give him 6 yards on the play. And James White, he's become an integral part of this Patriots offense.
Big part of the offense, but a part of the offense that struggled. The running game not up to par this year. It's going to be big here for him to try to establish it early.
Second and 4 now for the New England Patriots. Ball on the 46-yard line. It's a play-action pass. Brady's going to be rolling out to the left side. He's going to try to toss this underneath. Oh, that was a dangerous throw. He was locked in on the underneath receiver. I believe that was Rob Gronkowski running the drag route. But the Detroit Lions had that covered and covered hard, and they're lucky that's not going the other way for 6.
And the Detroit Lions playing underneath there slaps that away. I thought it was going back, but lucky it fell harmlessly to the turf.
Third and 4 now for the New England Patriots. Ball on the 46-yard line. Lewis going in motion out of the backfield. Empty backfield. Tom Brady's going to be throwing this one. He's looking over to the right side for Rob Gronkowski. And again, nice job by the Detroit defense getting over and getting in the way of Rob Gronkowski. As the injury to Slay, not serious. He will be coming back into the game. But there you saw the New England Patriots love throwing to their big tight end, Rob Gronkowski. And I mean, why wouldn't you like throwing to him? But the Detroit Lions did a nice job of defending him, forcing a punt.
You know, with Slay out of the game there for a player or two, I would have liked to see him maybe take a shot with Brandon Cooks downfield, the speedster. Not sure there's another guy on this Lions team that can keep up with him.
And now we get to see this Detroit Lions offense come out. Number 1 in passing, number 11 in rushing, something we don't see too often from a Lions team. They actually have had to rely a little more on running the ball, which is something that I don't know, Sonny. I know exactly what you're going to say. Would you say that is the Lions being less confident than Matt Stafford?
Of course, that shows that Matthew Stafford not as capable as he once was.
First and 10, Stafford dropping back to pass on first down. He'll look underneath and all right, Sonny, go ahead.
What can I say? What can I say?
Ahead.
You know, Matthew Stafford, clean pocket, sets his feet, delivers a pass maybe 5 yards off the receiver, and that's being generous there. Got to have better for Matthew Stafford.
Second and 10 for the Detroit Lions. They're pinned deep in their own territory on the 11-yard line. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers for Matt Stafford as he is under center on second down. Going to bring a man in motion. It's going to be Stafford driving back to pass once again. He'll look over to the left side, and he was lucky that one wasn't intercepted. That was thrown into double coverage. And now third and 10 for the Lions. This does not look like the Matt Stafford.
Welcome to the network, baby.
No, and right there you had Stephon Gilmore playing press coverage on the outside. He kind of bails off his guys. The ball's thrown, comes back. It gives that look of double coverage. But really what happened there was Gilmore's just stuck in that press motion and just kind of had good awareness to fall off on it.
And now a third and 10 for the Detroit Lions. Oddly, something we haven't seen too often. Looking a little lost on offense, which is just something that we're not used to seeing from a Lions team that is consistently in the top 2 of offense. But a lot of time left in this game. Stafford's understanding he's got 2 wide receivers over to the left side. Nobody on the right, 2 tight ends into the game. And on third and 10, it's going to be Stafford dropping back to pass. All the time in the world, great protection, but Stafford has nobody open downfield. He's going to go down at the 12-yard line after a 1-yard gain. The Lions are going to be forced to punt it on 3 and out. Oh, man, this Lions team is just looking all out of sorts. The New England defense doing a nice job of containing the passing game.
Very impressed with New England on this first possession. I was curious how they would come out and defend this pass. Other than Matthew Stafford's errant throw, really have been a very productive defensive stand there for New England.
Patriots are going to return this one up to the 38-yard line. That's where we get to see the New England offense come back out. What we saw in the first drive, Sonny, we saw a reliance on Rob Gronkowski. Detroit was able to key in on that one. Do you see the Patriots continuing to rely on their big tight end?
Yeah, I mean, you got to keep Gronk involved in the game plan. What I did say earlier, though, was take some shots with Cooks. You just re-signed him to a 4-year, $44 million contract, which means you definitely think he's part of this team moving forward. Let's try to use him now.
1st and 10, shotgun formation, 5 wide receivers out there for Tom Brady. 3 over to the right side, 2 over to the left. Brandon Cooks split out wide on the left. Watch for him. It's going to be Brady dropping back to pass on 1st and 10. Rush catch there. He's able to get it off, though, and finds Hogan underneath to the 40-yard line. Minimal gain there. We'll give him 3 yards. Going to bring up a 2nd and 7.
You are seeing a lot of underneath play by Detroit's defense in these zones. They're trying to dare New England to take a shot downfield. They're not going to be able to try to dink and dunk down the field. They're going to have to expose the secondary at some point, try to push the ball deep.
2nd and 7 for the New England Patriots. I formation. It's going to be a handoff to James White over the right side. He's got a nice hole. He'll get to the 45-yard line. Cut this down to a 3rd and 2. And so far, the New England Patriots running game has been very successful against the Lions rushing defense that is, it's certainly its weaker side. They're bottom 15 in the league.
Which is interesting because the New England Patriots haven't really been able to run on anybody yet this year. So the fact they're starting to get some momentum here, very good sign for New England.
Now a 3rd and 3 here for the Patriots. It's going to be Brady in the shotgun with White. He's got 3 wide receivers over to the left side. See what they end up doing here. Rob Gronkowski on the right. They're going to send White out of the backfield, so probably not running the ball here. Don't see a quarterback draw coming. Looks like they're setting up a little bubble screen to Brandon Cooks. It's blocked well. Cooks has the 1st down and more. He's going to get to the 43-yard line. It's a 1st down for the New England Patriots. And, Sonny, that's one that the Detroit Lions probably want back. They had the defense set up perfectly to stop that screen. They just ended up getting caught by the blockers on the outside, and Cooks, he had an easy job getting downfield.
Well, there's 2 parts to every play. There's the play call and there's the execution. What you saw there was the right play call by the coaching staff, poor execution by the defenders there. Brandon Cooks does exactly what he does, though. Makes guys miss, moves upfield.
Shotgun formation for Brady and the Patriots. 3 wide receivers out there. Brady, quick drop. Looking, he's got a lot of time in the world. He's going to try to run. Nope, he's going to dump this off underneath to Rob Gronkowski. Standing there, makes a man miss. He's got a 1st down and more up to the 27-yard line. The Lions not sure tackling Rob Gronkowski, and Gronkowski makes some play. Something that should have been stopped for only a couple yards, ends up going for 16.
Well, and Tom Brady there thought he was going to run the ball and said, yeah, you know what? You take this one. And so better call there. Brady's not known for his running ability, but nonetheless, Gronkowski breaks a couple tackles and really makes a nice play out of somewhat of a busted play there.
Hey, what is Tom Brady's 40 time?
5'4", maybe?
That is not quick. 1st and 10 for the Patriots. 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side for Brady. It's a play action pass. He's going to be throwing it once again. Looking down the seam, he has Hogan. It's a touchdown, New England. A simple little seam route for the New England Patriots. And Hogan, so far, while they have tried to rely on Rob Gronkowski, Sonny, Hogan has been open. Hogan's been making the catches. And Hogan's put the Patriots on the board as the extra point is up and no good. Wow, that's a big miss. It keeps it a 6-0 game.
Yeah, that is a big miss, and it looks like somebody got hurt there on the play. We'll find out more here in a second, but note there that was good scouting by the Patriots. You're getting a lot of cover 2 on 1st down by this Lions defense, whether it's cover 2 zone or cover 2 man. So they take advantage of that, get Hogan matched up in the slot, get him inside on that seam kind of post route there, and throw the touchdown. Good job by the New England offensive coordinator paying attention.
Well, let's see what the Detroit Lions can do after giving up the 1st touchdown of this game. See if that extra point miss comes back to bite the Patriots. They're up 6-0 early in this game, 2:33 to go here in the 1st quarter. And now this Lions offense, the once potent Lions offense comes out. Bunch formation, 3 to the right, 1 over to the left. Matt Stafford in the shotgun with Keith Marshall, who came over in the offseason from Washington in a trade. And the Lions love this guy, as they're going to flip the entire play, put the bunch on the left side. 1 wide receiver, that is Marvin Jones on the right side. On 1st and 10, it's going to be a handoff to Keith Marshall. He has some room on the outside. He has a nice gain out to the 32-yard line, 7 yards on the play. As we find out, one of the special teams players, Ahmed, with a bruised sternum. Yeah, he bruised his chest bone, and apparently that is too much of an injury for him to come back in the game.
You know what? Everybody's pain tolerance a little bit different. You talked about Marshall in the backfield there. They like the 2-headed monster they got going on with Marshall and Blunt back there. Look for them to kind of interchange throughout this game, but been very impressed with kind of the distribution of carries between the two this year.
2nd and 3 now for the Detroit Lions. They're on the 32-yard line. I formation for Stafford and the Patriots. 2 wide receivers out there on 2nd and 3. They're going to hand it off to LeGarrette Blount, the second part of that two-headed monster. He's got the first down to the 5-yard line. And the Detroit Lions, they've got 2 nice running backs here. Sort of a far cry from what they usually have, Sonny. They usually like those pass-catching quick backs. Blount and Marshall are both big trucks that run right up the middle. And it's given them some actual success in the running game.
Yeah, and if I'm Detroit right now, Stafford's struggling here on the road early. Kind of keep that running game going.
1st and 10. It's going to be Stafford throwing the ball here on 1st down. Rusher's coming. Throws it out to the left side. It is complete. He's got a man. He's got a 1st down. And Moore makes another man miss. Oh, my Lord. What a run up to the 6-yard line. The first completion of the day for Matt Stafford. And he finds none other than the man, the myth, the legend. We thought he was gone, but he's back. Golden Tate, 57 yards.
Golden Tate, my God, he just made that guy leave his jockstrap on the field, and not just once, but twice. They thought he was going out of bounds. He puts that juke on, makes a man miss. That's impressive for the veteran Tate.
5 wide receivers now for Matt Stafford. They're on a little jet sweep here with Marshall. Makes a man miss, but he's only going to get up to the 4-yard line. I don't know who was down there. It looked like it might have been Marshall down on the play, but he'll get to the 4-yard line, going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Yeah, and so now you got him down here. Another play to watch here. Watch them if they get that running back in the left slot. They like to motion them to the right for a screen pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen it a lot from Detroit. Watch for it here at some point in this drive.
6-0 New England on top. The pickpocket saying whoever's the Jags owner is my favorite. Obviously, Unisolated has created a second account to get into the chat, so I guess congratulations, man. 2nd and goal. They're going to hand it off once again. It is Keith Marshall taking the carry there, so he was not the one who was hurt on the play. He'll get to the 2-yard line. It was Dante Hightower of the Patriots, and it looks like he might not be returning to the game. That could be a big loss for this Patriots defense.
That could be one of the biggest losses that this Patriots defense could take. You know, Dante Hightower is basically the heart of this defense. If I'm Detroit right now, I know you just ran twice with little, success. You need to get LeGarrette Blount there. You need to take it right up the middle.
3rd and goal now for the Patriots. I formation for Stafford. He's got Marshall at the top of that I. 2 wide receivers, 1 to each side. Stafford changing up the play as he surveys the defense, and on 3rd and goal, he's going to hand it off once again. Wow. And actually, that was LeGarrette Blount into the game, and Blount goes down for a loss at the 4-yard line. They're going to be forced to kick a field goal. Sonny, I don't know when was the last time I ever saw the Detroit Lions get the ball 1st and goal inside the 10-yard line. Not only not score, but they ran the ball 3 times.
Well, we have seen Detroit struggle in the past down in the red zone. It's an area where I think they sometimes try to get cute. I do agree with that play calling, though. I think you've got LeGarrette Blount for a reason. One of those reasons is to get upfield and get those tough yards. The offensive line didn't do him any favors as he got tackled behind the line. But if I'm Detroit, I'm okay with that. That missed field goal or mixed extra point's a big deal. You're only down 3, no time to panic.
Oh, no, but a big return here from the Patriots as he gets up to the 35, to the 40, makes a man miss. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. 1 man to beat. Oh, Sonny Weaver, as you said, time to panic. A kick return, touchdown. Mitchell takes that one 104 yards, and all of a sudden it looked like the Lions maybe had a little momentum in this game, and the Patriots shut them down with a special teams play. And then they missed another extra point. And they missed another extra.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
great special teams all around. Special is the word.
Yeah, Gostkowski, the normal reliable kicker, just not reliable.
2.
Yeah.
0 for 2 on extra point. Those are the gimmies. Well, 12-3 your score right now with a second to go here in the first quarter. The Lions getting the ball back. I will say, if there's a benefit, the Lions defense is probably relatively rested as they don't have to come out on the field.
Yeah, that's true.
That's delightful. 12-3 Patriots on top. Appreciate everybody tuning into NBL Live broadcast number 141. I'm Oshio. I'm hanging out with my man, Sonny Weaver, here in Week 9 action. It's Stafford under center. He's got Marshall in the backfield. 2 wide receivers on 1st and goal. They're going to hand it off to Keith Marshall. He's got a block out there. Has to make 1 man miss. Can't get around him, though. He'll get 5 yards on the play to the 27-yard line. That's going to take us to the end of the first half. Patriots up 12-3. Should be 14-3 for sure. But a relatively sloppy game all around, Sonny.
Well, I mean, if I'm New England, if the sloppiest part of my game is my extra point kicking, there's worse things that you could be dealing with right now. Detroit, on the other hand, they've got some serious issues that they need to watch. Watch this formation. Watch Marshall there in the slot.
Second and 5 wide receivers. Matt Stafford's going to be dropping back to pass. He's going to take a deep shot. Looking over the middle of the field, and that one is batted away. Nice defense there. Stafford going for it all on one play. Saw something in the defense, but a nice job, a nice recovery there by the secondary of the New England Patriots. Detroit's going to have to convert a 3rd and 5.
Not a good down and distance here. Now, Matthew Stafford is capable of converting these. Watch for Golden Tate or Marvin Jones here coming underneath at some point. I think working those guys from the outside end with some sort of clear out underneath, whether that's a tight end or a slot receiver pushing upfield, is probably where I would look here.
All right, we know 12 EHD Fantastic is absolutely unisolated, saying that he's a top 5 owner. Yeah, that's just not true. That's not even something we'd even debate on highly debatable. As Stafford's going to go down. The blitz came right up the middle, and Matt Stafford could not get rid of the ball, and they're going to be forced to punt once again. But more interestingly, Sonny Weaver, I know we have this debate show coming up. Will we be debating whether or not unisolated is a top 5 owner?
That's not worth our time. Now, will we be debating if Matthew Stafford is overrated? Possibly. I don't know. Interesting on that sack. Kyle Van Noy, the former Detroit Lion, gets the sack.
A little revenge against his former team as we get to see special teams once again, and this should be fun. Lewis is going to take this back at the 20-yard line. He's up to the 30. Jukes out what appeared to be his own blocker. He's got a nice return going up to the 47-yard line. Doesn't look like the Detroit Lions practice special teams at any point in the offseason, as their special teams have been really bad this week.
Yeah, the special teams letting them down so far in this game, and really you've got to be disappointed with what you're seeing if you're the Detroit Lions right now.
1st and 10, Patriots ball. Just past midfield on the 47-yard line. Cook split out to the left. Crabtree split out to the right. Now Gronkowski coming over to the left side of that formation. I formation for Brady. We drop him back to pass on 1st and 10. Looking. He's going to take a deep shot. He's got one-on-one coverage out there with Cooks. Did Cooks get in bounds? He did! What a catch! Brandon Cooks turned on the afterburners, got both feet in bounds, and New England with another big play. Extend their lead to 18-3. The review is in. His feet were in bounds. What a throw. What a catch, Brandon Cooks.
Brandon Cooks used the speed to get over top there, but I'm just in shock right now that Tom Brady put that so perfectly. I mean, he was within maybe 2 yards.
Made an extra point.
Most exciting time of the game. He was within maybe 2 yards of being out of bounds. That Brady literally could not have put that any more perfectly. The trailing defender made it so no jump ball was going to really be playable there. It had to be in front of the receiver. And that right there, folks, is one of the best passes you'll ever see in NBL.
That may be the best pass I have ever seen in my career of calling games here on NBL Live. Sonny, as you said, the margin of error was none. Underthrow that ball. It's intercepted. Overthrow. It's well out of the back of the end zone. Tom Brady just proved why he's one of the best quarterbacks.
Yeah, that still a little bit in shock on that one.
Oh, my. What a play. We've seen a couple great plays here on NBL Live in New England. Making a statement here at home. They're up 19-3. As the Lions come out I formation, 2 tight ends to the right side. Golden Tate, the only wide receiver out there. 1st and 10, it's a handoff right up the middle for Keith Marshall. He'll get a couple, give him 2 yards up to the 27-yard line, going to bring him a 2nd and 8.
And this is a little bit of an important drive here for the Detroit Lions. You're down 16 now at this point. You've really shown no sign of life. What you can't do here is go 3 and out. You got to make sure you get a couple first downs, let your defense get a little bit of a break, let them kind of regroup. They go 3 and out here. This thing could get out of hand quickly.
2nd and 8 for the Lions. Ball on the 27-yard line. 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. Watch for Eric Ebron as he is a big target here for Matt Stafford. Stafford's going to throw it over to the left side, and that one was off target once again. Stafford 1 of 5 to start this game, bringing up a 3rd and 8. And, yeah, if you were a betting man and betting on the Detroit Lions, I have news you probably aren't having your money back after this game. They are looking poor so far, but plenty of time left. We've seen weird things happen on NBL Live. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers for Stafford and the Detroit Lions. 3rd and 8, another 3rd down here. It's a play-action pass. Stafford rolling out to the right side, rolling. There's just nobody open. Stafford's going to take off. He's got a lot of room. He's got the 1st down and more. He'll step out of bounds at the 41-yard line. As the New England Patriots drop back in that cover 3, they forget all about Matt Stafford, who actually does have a 40 times faster than Tom Brady. It's not saying much, but he does.
Yeah, that's barely measurable, that difference in 40 times. But interesting there, Stafford looked like he may have had that receiver open. That was kind of fool's gold. I thought the linebacker would jump it if he threw it. So he takes off, gets that first down. Nice heads-up play.
But the more interesting thing was when they ran that play action, if they had actually handed the ball off, there was a big hole on the right side for Keith Marshall. It's 1st and 10. It's going to be Stafford throwing the ball once again. Steps up. He's going to take off. He has near the first down. He'll get to the 50-yard line, call him a yard short. Stafford using his feet right now. Not seeing his receivers get open downfield, but he's going to cut this down to a 2nd and 1.
Matthew Stafford is not a running quarterback. This is interesting. I think he's a little flustered for him to be running like he's doing right now. But if you're going to do that, you better get down. You better slide. He takes a hit there. He comes up okay, but too many of those, and he may be regretting this tomorrow.
Now a 2nd and 1 for the Lions. First real sustained drive for Detroit. They had a big play on their one scoring drive, a 57-yard pass from Brady to Golden Tate. This one a little more methodical. Seeing the offense actually get going a little bit as Matt Stafford's under center. He's going to drop back to pass here on 2nd and 1. The rush comes. That's going to be an incomplete pass. Probably lucky that wasn't called either a fumble or intentional grounding. They're going to say a receiver was in some semblance of the area. And now it's a big 3rd and 1 for the Detroit Lions, needing to get a score here to stay in this game.
Yeah, this is a big drive. We talked about it. 3rd and 1. Don't get too cute. You've got a good power back there. Try to pick this up on the ground.
This is also one of those plays where you might see a handoff to the fullback, a quick handoff, make sure you get the first down. They are going to hand it off to the running back, and that was LeGarrette Blount, who once again is unsuccessfully going to lose a couple yards here on short down and distance. And Detroit's going to be forced to punt, and, well, Sonny, you keep calling them for hand it to LeGarrette Blount on short yardage situations. So far, LeGarrette Blount hasn't been able to get anything going.
Well, and it's not LeGarrette Blount's fault. The whole right side of that Detroit Lions offensive line just got shed within seconds. I mean, you had 3 defenders in the backfield basically taking the handoff for Blount, and you just can't do that in these short yardage situations. You have to fire off the ball and make some motion.
Yeah, it's just you get a 2nd and 1, and your team can't gain 1 yard to get the first down. This Lions team is in trouble because the Patriots are up 19-3, and now with 3:17 to go, they have an opportunity to put more points on the board, and we've already seen Tom Brady make some big plays in this game. 1st and 10 for Brady and the Patriots. He's under center. He's got 2 wide receivers out there. James White in the backfield. Crabtree coming in motion from the right side, tight to the right side. It's going to be a handoff to James White, who, well, he had all the green space in the world if he didn't decide to have a meeting with his own offensive lineman's back end. He just runs straight into him and only gets 2 on the play.
Yeah, he could have gone left, he could have gone right, but he can't go right up the offensive lineman's back, and that's what he did there. There was a gap to either side. Probably picks up the first down going either way. Instead, just hits that left tackle, it looked like there. Couldn't make it work. That's a little bit of an issue.
Shadow Rose showing why he is supposedly a top 5 owner with that astute statement of there's a blocker there. That is true. There is. There's a blocker right there, and apparently James White couldn't see him. As Brady's going to take another deep shot into coverage, and Chris Hogan comes up with a catch at the 49-yard line. Everybody on New England is making plays right now. New England gets a first down at the 49-yard line. No reason that should actually work, but the Detroit Lions just don't make the play. Hogan makes the better one.
Yeah, need to play the ball there or need to play the player, but, I'm not sure what the safety was doing there, but he just kind of watched Hogan get that reception.
Now 1st and 10 for the New England Patriots, just on the other side of midfield as we're nearing the 2-minute warning. Brady in the shotgun. He's going to drop back to pass here on 1st and 10. Look over the middle. It's just a little drag route to Michael Crabtree. He'll get 9 on the play up to the 41-yard line. And that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. New England, a big opportunity to put this game away.
Yeah, at this point, I think a touchdown here probably seals this one. New England really impressive so far in this game. I'll be curious to see if they can try to cap this one off.
Yeah, the line's going to need some sort of play from their defense as Brady dropping back pass on 2nd and 1. He has a man wide open. It's Brandon Cooks on the slant. He'll get up to the 25-yard line, 16 yards on the play. And Tom Brady looking like Matt Stafford as he's got 9 of 11. He's got 9 of 11. He's got 2 touchdowns. He made a beautiful throw to Brandon Cooks. Another one right there. This New England team can do no wrong right now.
Yeah, New England is on fire here at home. The defense has really been the most impressive part of this team. I'll tell you, Tom Brady, though, has made a case to be the player of the game so far in this game. He's been on point. He's making all the right decisions. A lot of game left, but he's definitely on top right now.
And Patriots wisely using a lot of this clock. Don't want to give the ball back to the Detroit Lions. Want to go up and go up big early as we're down at a minute 22 and counting. Brady, he's going to hand this one off to James White, who makes a man miss. Should have gone down to the backfield. Instead, he's going to get a bunch of yards. He'll get up to the 18-yard line, give him 7 yards on the play. Bring up a 2nd and 3, and the Detroit Lions defense. Somebody's going to have to come up and make a play here, Sonny, because nobody right now is doing anything right.
No, not at all. Little Lewis kind of hitting that spin move behind his own guy. He got lost in the fray, and the defender couldn't find him.
2nd and 3 now for the Patriots. I formation. 2 tight ends, 1 wide receiver. That is Brandon Cooks, who's moving from the right side all the way over to the left side. James White in at halfback. He's at the top of the I formation. 2nd and 3. It's a play action pass. Brady is going to be looking to throw the ball here on 2nd and 3. Lions finally make a play. They bring down Tom Brady for a sack. Hyder, a coverage sack there as a sigh of relief from the New England Patriots as Chris Hogan looked like he was the one who was hurt. It looks like they're not going to bring him back into the game, Sonny. They're saying it is a sprained ankle. New England has used Chris Hogan a lot early in this game, but it doesn't look like he's coming back on the field. How big a loss is that for the New England Patriots?
It's definitely a big loss. It would be a bigger loss if they're playing from behind, but with them playing with this lead, I think they'll be okay. One thing I do want to say there, Tom Brady rolling out of the pocket, steps up in that pocket. He's got a huge pocket to throw from. Instead, he tried to roll out. Bad decision by Brady.
Simple handoff to James White on 3rd and 13. He takes a big hit right at the first down marker. He's going to be just short, 4th and 1. White almost got all 16 of those yards. He only gets 15, though. And now we get to see New England attempt a field goal. This should be fun, folks. The kicking game has been nothing but stellar for the New England Patriots so far. As 4th and 1, the kick is up, and it is unbelievably good. And if that wind wasn't coming from the right side, that one was thoroughly tracking outside the right upright. But New England kicks it through. They'll extend their lead to 22-3.
Got a little scared when the ball came off the foot there. It did track to the right just a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean a heck of a lot. But luckily that wind pushed it back inside the goalpost. And now you got New England up 22-3. 3-score game here for New England. I think right now New England's feeling good with the way their defense has been playing.
Well, and let's get to the second part of that, which is 57 seconds left. Detroit has 1 timeout. I mean, are we at the point where if Detroit doesn't score on this drive, this game is pretty much over?
I get that feeling a little bit. I get the feel that, you know, without Detroit putting something on the board here, this one is in fact done.
It's paused right now. Things are happening. I don't know what's going on anymore. I have no idea. But things are happening. Position change. Why not make changes now? You're up 22-3. I mean, what more can go wrong? You're up 22-3. It's not like you can blow this lead. That would be ridiculous. We've never seen anything like that happen on NBL Live. Pistol formation here for Matt Stafford and the Detroit Lions. 3 wide receivers, 2 over to the right, 1 over to the left. He's got Marshall in the game at halfback. 1 timeout left for the Lions. It's going to be Stafford dropping back to pass on 1st and 10. He'll try to throw this one underneath. It is complete to Eric Ebron, but even that was a struggle. Only 5 yards on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd and 5.
You know, I thought the cornerback there was going to get his hand on that one. He reached for it, just missed, but luckily he had his back trailing arm on the hip, pulled him down after the play, only 5 yards.
Shout out to Triple J All-Star subscribing to the network. Appreciate each and every one of our subscribers. Stafford's going to roll out to the right side. He's being pursued, and instead of throwing it away, he's just going to take a sack and then get completely taunted at in his face while on the ground. Detroit, what has happened to the once storied franchise?
I'm surprised Mingo doesn't get a flag there as he celebrates very intensely right in Matthew Stafford's face.
And look, they're still dancing. They're pumped about that sack. 3rd and 9 for the Lions. Sonny, how much of this is on the play of Matt Stafford?
Welcome to the network, baby.
The wide receivers not getting open downfield, as Joey Mandel also just subscribed. We certainly appreciate it. I mean, the wide receivers don't seem like they're getting anything downfield.
Well, I put this one on the quarterback right now. Matthew Stafford not seeing the field. I think he's locking on to certain things here, not getting what he likes, and then he starts getting flustered and rolls out of the pocket when he really lives sitting inside of that. Watch Theo.
It's coming. You think it's coming? Looks like they're setting up a little wider, a little screen. Nope. It's the fake. They're going to take a shot downfield, and it is dropped. Eric Stonehands. Ebron couldn't come up with that one. And bad to worse, Rick Wagner out for the game, out for a while with broken ribs. Sonny, what are the chances the Lions actually come back out of the halftime locker room?
Well, they could start warming up the bus if they felt like it, but yeah, it's not too bad out right now. They don't necessarily need to warm it up. They'll just be ready to go when they're ready to leave.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's too nippy out here.
Wagner's a big loss, especially on that right side that's really struggled to have any protection as is, and now you lose one of your better offensive linemen. A lot of concerns in Detroit right now.
Now they don't want to give up a big return here, but he's at the 40, the 30, the 20. Deion Lewis is airplaning. He's going to get into the end zone.
Special teams is definitely an issue in Detroit, folks.
Special teams. Welcome to the network, baby. Shout out to Alhin Tonex. Alhin Tonex. I don't know how to say your name, but appreciate your subscription.
Hey, so I like that name in there. What a bad hairline. I also struggle. I'm follically challenged. I understand your struggles there. So, anyway, small talk here as Detroit's getting blown out in the first half.
Yeah. The NBL Live curse continues. As I don't think we're going to have a whole lot of football to be talking about in the second half. New England up 29-3. Detroit barely looking like a football team. And there's no rookie quarterback that's going to come in for the Lions. So
there is Brad Kaya, though.
Shout out to BK.
They're high on Brad Kaya in Detroit.
I could be in bed right now. I could legitimately be sleeping right now and not missing a thing. 29-3 New England on top. I wonder if who does Monday Night Football now? It's Sean McDonough and
John Gruden
and JG, as that is just gonna be straight up pass interference with 1 second to go. So Detroit's gonna get some sort of points out of this. They're on the 20-yard line with 1 second left. Yeah, I just wonder if JG and Sean McDonough, when they see like terrible games on NBL Live, if they just ponder about life and here's how bad it is. Sonny, check out who's in our NBL Live chat.
People. I see people in there. A lot of people. Impressive.
Look who's under Homer Hankey.
Oh, interesting. I think that's it. Isn't that banned? Isn't front office communication during a game banned?
Oh, he will be getting a letter from the league.
FedEx ready.
Well, Detroit gets a field goal after that pass interference, and they're also going to get the ball back. I don't know.
They're
if
only
that's
down
a good
3
thing.
scores now, though.
Yeah, I don't know if that
was big.
What is this kick? What is happening?
Well,
okay.
Kicking struggles are nothing new to New England.
Oh, I thought we were about to have another one. I thought we were about to see 3 kickoff returns in one game. As Tate is taken down at the 33-yard line. Sonny, how happy are the Detroit Lions that they are actually getting the ball here, considering how their offense is played?
Well, considering how their offense is played, I'm thinking they probably wish their offense didn't have the ball right now.
Agent Smith 89, hey to you, sir or ma'am. Hey to you. We're just watching this game. While we have a moment here in the third quarter, I want to give a big shout out to our graphics sponsor. That's web3ks.com. They do the overlay here on NBL Live that makes these blowouts look oh so much better. They also do a ton of graphics for all of our shows. So if you or anyone you know needs graphics done for affordable price, head over to web3ks.com. They are the leaders in affordable graphic design. Big shout out to all business over at web3ks.com. Matt Stafford's going to throw this one underneath, and he's going to gain 0 yards. 3 of 9 for 62 yards. And so far, Matt Stafford's goal has been to prove Sonny Weaver right, which isn't good for anyone.
Yeah. 29-6. Yep.
I'm starting to think that highly debatable is just going to turn into
Laugh at whoever's on NBL Live this week.
Oh, well, that. As on 2nd and 10, Matt Stafford's going to roll out to the left side. He's got a man open. It is complete to Eric Ebron, who decides to catch this one and get up to the 49-yard line. First and 10 for the Lions. No, I was going to say, I feel like it's going to turn into, instead of being its own show, it's just going to be the second half of NBL Live, because this is how the games have gone.
We could do that. We could shoot it on the second half. It would mainly just be me making faces at the camera while you sigh and put your face into your hands.
That is true. That's basically been my plan so far. First and 10, Stafford dropping back to pass. Looks like they're setting up a screen. They got this one set up well. Keith Marshall's got a first down and more. He's going to get to the 28-yard line as Matt Stafford finally gets to 100 yards passing. And if the Lions score here and make their extra point, it's only a 2-score game. Yeah, but I don't think the Lions feel any better about themselves because their defense hasn't been able to stop anything that New England has done. Also, they have to get into the end zone.
If they can keep their offense from having to punt or kick the ball in any way, I think Detroit will feel a lot better. So, you know, you're getting in that territory where you need to go for it on fourth down, mainly because kicking the ball is 7 points. Well, 6 points for New England because they can't kick an extra point.
That is true. 2nd and 8 for the Lions. It's going to be Stafford dropping back to pass. Looks over to the right side, and that one is incomplete. He super did not get both feet down in bounds. Going to bring up a 3rd and 8.
Super. Not just kind of, he super didn't.
All I have is exasperated size. That's all I got now. I have no commentary because what do you want me to talk about? Wow, this is really bad. In fairness, I sort of had an inkling that this game was going to be bad. This is not how I thought it was going to go, though.
Well, I did say New England would win. I'm not sure I thought it was going to be a domination, but...
3rd and 8 now for Stafford and the Lions. He's alone in the backfield. Why not? Let's try throwing this one again. Stafford rolls out to the right side. He finds Eric Ebron standing alone, who gets tackled and or slips and falls 2 yards short of the first down.
Eric Ebron, you got to fight for that. Your team is down. It's 2 yards, and instead of trying to duck under the tackle, you drop your shoulder and you take that hit. Happening?
I'm just going to throw up the highly debatable screen again.
Oh, yeah, play the intro again.
That'd be more. Just play it over and over. Yeah. This is Matt Stafford. These were his stats coming in. They already were worse than usual, and he has decided to make him even worse. Who's the ugly guy on the right?
Who's right? You're right or mine? It's all right.
All the same's right. I
it
think
is.
It's all the
it's okay.
same right.
Hey. Yeah.
Okay. 4th and 2. You got to go for it here if you're Detroit, right?
Well, I think that may have been what was going on at that point, is a quick rules check to make sure it is possible to go for, which it is. When you're getting blown out that badly, it is definitely possible.
4th and 2, 4 wide receivers, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Jones coming in motion. Oh, they barely get it off before the play clock. Stafford tosses it underneath, and he has a man, and it is complete. They have a first down at the 16-yard line. Dare I say, Detroit's offense moving a little bit right now.
Well, now this is good life coming out of the locker room. Detroit going on a little bit of a longer drive here. Maybe some hurry-up offense coming up here soon because a lot of time on that clock for having to make a comeback.
1st and 10 now for the Lions. Stafford dropping back to pass on first down. The rush gets there. Down goes Stafford. It's a 6-yard loss to the 22-yard line. Going to bring up a 2nd and 16. And Sonny Weaver. We have an NBL Live update. Roll the intro! First of all, yes, I do realize I yelled roll the intro at myself. But second of all, we're getting word from the house of Daniel Shirley. He is watching this game and thinking that he is forgiven for his sins on NBL Live. Sonny, I'm being told it's a firm no.
Yeah, Daniel Shirley, you are not welcome on NBL Live ever again. 6 interceptions, one of the most embarrassing performances we've ever seen on NBL Live. Daniel Shirley, you just take a seat. You stay right there.
I'm also hearing words that after a 6-interception performance, Sonny, you can confirm this or not. You're a league insider. I hear the Cleveland Browns are trying to trade for him.
Well, what they heard was he's not top 5, so he fits really the blueprint of what's happening in Cleveland.
That's the one. It would fit perfectly into their mantra. 3rd and 16 here for the Detroit Lions. 4 wide receivers out there for Stafford as he drops back to pass once again. Throws it over the middle. That one is unbelievably not intercepted. Going to bring up a 4th and 16, and this time Detroit's just going to take the 3 points and cut this down to a 20-point game.
Yeah, there were 3 Patriots touching that ball, and none of them could pull it in. That's not good.
Alex Moncada asking, is Chad Kelly welcome back?
No.
I don't even know if Chad Kelly was a real person. Was he, he seems pretty irrelevant.
He is mystery relevant.
See what I did there?
I do.
Oh, boy.
I get you. I get you.
Thanks, homie. Thanks. 29-9. Detroit has mustered 3 field goals. The fancy footwork by Mitchell is finally met with a thud as New England's offense comes back out, and if Detroit is going to have any hope of winning, they're going to have to start going for those big strip fumbles because they're down 20 and there's not a whole lot of time left.
Crank it up, folks. Coaches, get you guys on the sideline. Tell them you're going for the big hits, the big plays, the big pass rushes. Whatever you have to do, you got to make something happen right now.
29-9, New England on top. 3 wide receivers. Okay, now 2 wide receivers over to each side. James White into the game at tailback, and on 1st and 10, it's going to be a handoff to James White right up the middle, and I don't know how the Lions were unprepared for a run play when they're down 20, but they give up 8 yards to James White, going to bring up a 2nd and 2.
Little surprised, Gianni Slade there in the middle. Not doing a whole lot as far as this run defense is concerned.
2nd and 2 now for the New England Patriots. 2 wide receivers out there, 1 to each side. I formation, James White at the top of that I, 1 tight end on the right side of that formation. It is Rob Gronkowski as Brady changes up the play. He's going to hand it off once again to James White, and this time the Lions go, hey, let's not let him do that, as it is a loss 1 on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and 3, and if Detroit is going to have any hope in this game, they need a lot of things to go right, including a stop here on 3rd down.
Yeah, they're going to have to get a stop here. Now, I wonder if New England tries to get a little cue here and push it down the field. The Lions are obviously going to be playing underneath in case it is a pass, but that deep pass may be open here. I'll be curious to see where the Patriots go.
2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers out there for the New England Patriots. 3rd and 3, James White in at halfback. Brady changing up the play as he surveys the Lions defense. They're going to hand it off to James White, who has the 1st down, and he puts the ball on the ground. It's picked up by the Lions. Hope in Detroit is answered as Jarrad Davis recovers the fumble. They may not have a chance to win this game with how bad their offense looks, Sonny, but their defense finally came up with a Sonny Weaver splash play.
Well, it was a matter of time before somebody in the Lions organization made a play, and there it was. I would have liked to have seen him keep his feet in bounds and maybe score that, but nonetheless,
look,
Matthew Stafford
little
with the ball
things,
now.
Man. Come on. Stop asking for so much. 1st and 10. Play action pass. Flowers was completely fooled by that. Then misses the sack. It's going to be a throw as it's completed out to the right side to Marshall near the 1st down marker. They're going to call it 2nd inches. And nice Houdini act there by Matt Stafford avoiding the sack.
Matthew Stafford showing off his playmaking skills, making a guy miss, making another guy think he had him just in time. He gets the ball away. Big play there by Detroit.
2nd and inches, 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. It's going to be handoff on 2nd down, and it's a face mask there. As that was just straight up tackled by the head. So give him a couple more up to the 7-yard line. All right, well let's play this out, Sonny. Let's say the Lions find a way to put that ball in the end zone, which they have yet to do. Any panic on the side of the New England Patriots going into the 4th quarter?
None whatsoever.
Okay, 1st and goal here. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers once again for Stafford and the Patriots. Ball on the 7-yard line as they're letting this clock run down a little bit. Stafford's dropping back to pass on 1st and goal. Looks over the middle of the field, and Golden Tate just didn't want it. It looked like he had it and got his feet down and then got lightly hit and dropped the ball. Nonetheless, incomplete pass. Going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Well, you have to complete the process of the catch to the ground. We know that very well now. He brings the ball in. He takes that hit. He doesn't take it all the way to the ground.
How exactly would the Lions know that rule?
I think, yeah, there may be something about that.
Future, what? Who was saying? Future Philadelphia Eagle Calvin Johnson. 2nd and goal for the Detroit Lions. 2 wide receivers out there for Stafford. As he drops back to pass, rush is coming. Stafford rolls to his left. Stafford is just going to walk into the end zone. Matt Stafford The best offense for
put a
the
spy
Lions.
on Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, I didn't think we'd ever have to say that, but the Lions cut this to a 14-point game, pending this extra point. I don't know why the Patriots look like they think it's going to be a fake. It's a 14-point game. Okay, anywho, don't pay attention to the play calling screen because that one hurt my head. As the Lions putting on a clinic here, they're showing the New England Patriots how to kick extra points.
You know, let's just assume for a second
Sure.
Detroit brings this game back. What a turn of events if the 2 extra point misses are the difference in this game.
Just tasty storyline. And if you're the New England Patriots, Sonny, I mean, is there a danger of being too conservative? Because we saw in their last drive, 3 runs turned into a fumble. Now, I mean, White did have the first down before he put the pigskin on the ground, but is there a danger if you're New England of playing too scared?
Well, you always want to try not to get too conservative, but you can't get too cute either. If you start trying to sling it all over the place, then you risk a turnover, and that's a bigger issue.
Well, that's what we get to see what the Patriots do as Brady comes out. He's got 2 wide receivers out there, 1 to each side now. James White in the backfield here, 18 seconds to go here in the third quarter. 1st and 10. He's going to set up a little draw play for James White. White fights forward, gets 3 yards on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd and 7. Again, folks, stick with us to the end of the game. We'll have our selection for NBL Live Player of the Game for broadcast number 141. Sonny, I can almost guarantee it's not going to be Steven Gostkowski.
No, never say never. Never say never.
You never know. 2nd and 7 now for the Patriots I formation. White at the top of the night. We'll just get to the end of the third quarter. Don't know why they bothered coming out of the huddle, but Sonny, it's more of a fourth quarter than I thought we were going to have.
Well, it's something. I mean, you're down 2 scores. Detroit's showing a little life on offense. I think you're, expecting some sort of fight here out of Stafford and crew. We'll see what happens.
2nd and 7 for the New England Patriots. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. It's a play-action pass for Tom Brady. Tosses out to the flat to James White, who catches it. I think he's going to be just short of the first down at the 31-yard line. They are 3rd and inches. And talk about a moment that we could look back on if the Lions are going to come back and say this was a huge play. 3rd and inches from the 31-yard line at the beginning of the fourth quarter. A stop here would be huge.
Well, and I not to nitpick here, but if I'm New England, I'm kind of getting on my halfback there about going out of bounds. You got to stay in bounds there. Although the clock does run here. Don't get too cute here, Tom Brady. Run the ball.
Well, they hand it off to the fullback, and he gets just enough. It looked like they had a nice play in the middle by the tackle, but it looked like Spence didn't feel like being, a big, strong man, and stopping the fullback instead just gets run over for 2 yards.
Where's the big man, Gianni Slade, at that point? Why isn't he playing to that strong side? He was playing off the weak side there. A little surprised by that formation.
Again, if it's your first time joining us here on NBL Live, first of all, welcome. NBL rules do state you cannot kill the clock until under the 2-minute warning. So if you see these snaps coming a little quicker than you thought they would, that's why, because the Patriots can't kill the clock yet. So there is plenty of time left. And that's a 1-yard loss there. As I believe that is the former Green Bay Packer Clay Matthews with the tackle.
Yeah, and the Lions do a good job of showing different formations. Many thought Matthews may be done. Not sure how he fits in Detroit, but they're finding ways to get him on the field using his pass rush and run stuffing ability.
2nd and 11, 29-16 New England on top. Brady's going to be dropping back to pass on 2nd down. He's going to roll out to the right side. Is he going to try to make a Matt Stafford impression? No, he's just going to throw that one away because Tom Brady knows he can't get away from anyone. Now a big 3rd and 11 here for the Patriots. Surely they're going to be looking to throw the ball here in Detroit. They are in this game unbelievably at how bad they played in the first half.
Yeah, this could be a huge 3rd down. If New England throws this ball and it's short or incomplete and they've got to punt it back to Detroit, you start feeling like momentum slowly shifting back to Detroit. And if New England loses this one, folks, this could be a meltdown of epic proportion.
Also, the last thing you want to do is give Matt Stafford confidence, especially in the fourth quarter where Stafford has been so good. 3rd and 11, Brady dropping back to pass. He's looking over to the left side. It is Dion Lewis who catches it, and the Lions swallow him up at the 39-yard line. And the Patriots are going to have to punt the ball back here to Detroit. And even though they have played poorly, Sonny, we know how quickly this Lions offense can score a quick touchdown here. And it turns from the New England Patriots shouldn't be worried to the New England Patriots should be terrified, as this ball looks like it goes off the side of the punter's foot but still somehow gets downfield. It's Wow, nice juke move. This return's going to go up to the 20, to the 25. Nice shoestring tackle at the 26-yard line. That's where Detroit will start. I don't know if New England should be worried yet, Sonny, but they certainly aren't feeling comfortable.
Well, the antennas are up right now. I think at this point you're starting to wonder what's going on out there. New England's got to get back to getting to the quarterback. Their pass rush has been a little lacking here in the last drive or so. Need to bring that heat, get to Stafford, and really try to make him uncomfortable in that pocket.
29-16 New England on top of Detroit with the ball and 4:23 to go. Matt Stafford in the shotgun, 3 wide receivers, 2 to the right, 1 over to the left. He's got Marshall in the backfield to his right. It's going to be Stafford dropping back to pass on 1st and 10. He'll toss this out to the flat to Keith Marshall. Makes a nice cut inside. Sonny, he gets 5 yards there. Probably got an extra 2 off that juke move. Would you have liked to see him get out of bounds instead?
I think right now they're okay. They run the hurry-up offense here. You're 2 scores down. You got plenty of time, 3 timeouts. I'm okay with that.
2nd and 5, 3 wide receivers out there. Play action pass. Stafford, quick drop, looks over the middle of the field. He has a man wide open. Oh, Eric Ebron shows off the ups as he straight up hurdles one of the defenders and gets to the 43-yard line. And you can feel the crowd sort of get out of this game, Sonny, and the Detroit Lions are playing with confidence they did not have in the first half.
You know, I thought Detroit may stay with the hurry up there. Not too worried about the time, but I would have liked to see them keep that momentum going. I liked it. It seemed like they had them off balance. Now you let New England reset here.
Boy, they're saying Eric Ebron done in Detroit, but I agree with most people. I think they're going to bring him back, especially if he keeps making plays like that. 1st and 10, 3 wide receivers once again, 2 over to the right, 1 to the left. Keith Marshall in the backfield. 3:37 and counting as Stafford drops back to pass. Rush comes, Stafford takes a sack, and that's the one thing you can't do in the late stages of the game. Down, he's got to get rid of that ball. You can't just stand there and take his 4th sack of the game.
Yeah, sacks are an issue right now. Matthew Stafford's got to be smarter than that. Can't take that in that situation.
29-16, New England on top. 3:24 to go here in the 4th quarter. Detroit has clawed its way back. They were down 29-3, but they have rattled off 13 unanswered points. And now they find themselves somehow in this game as it's a play-action pass from Matt Stafford. He rolls over to the left side, looking over there, and lucky that one wasn't intercepted. That coverage was tight over there, and now the Lions are in a predicament. They have to convert a 3rd and 17. Sonny, that's another throw by Matt Stafford I am surprised he tried to make.
Yeah, and they had the cross coming from the inside tight end across the field. Thought they'd go back there. They found some success in the middle of the field. Instead, they go outside and challenge really the strength of this Patriots defense and Stephon Gilmore. With Donta Hightower out, that's where I would have been looking.
Well, now they got a 3rd and 17. 5 wide receivers, 3 over to the right, 2 over to the left. 3:10 to go here in the 4th quarter. Stafford all alone. 3-man rush from the Patriots. He's looking over the left side. He has a man open. Oh, what a catch. Marvin Jones. Oh, he out of bounds at the 7-yard line. How do you lose Marvin Jones on the left side? What a throw by Stafford. The Lions have life with 3:04 to go.
Yeah, I think what happened there was the outside cornerback had flat coverage, and there was just a gap there, and the safety didn't get over quick enough, and so what you ended up getting there was a busted coverage there. And Jones, for his credit, does high step kind of out of the first tackle, but that slows him down enough for the safety to shove him out of bounds. Detroit here needs to strike and strike quick.
3:04 to go here in the 4th quarter. Ball on the 7-yard line for the Lions. Man coming in motion all the way from the left side. They're going to try to run it here. Oh, and Keith Marshall goes down. There was no blocking up the middle there, Sonny Weaver.
None whatsoever as they go hurry up here.
5-yard line for the Lions. We're under 3 minutes to go. Shotgun formation. Stafford's going to change up the formation using more time. He's going to empty it out once again. This is where Stafford likes it. And it looks like they're setting up a screen to the right side. It's well blocked. He makes a man miss. Touchdown, Lions. Man, oh man, Golden Tate with another big play. The Lions are in this game as they've cut it to 1 score with 2:41 to go.
Uh-oh.
Sonny, I'll ask you the same question that I asked you a mere 15 minutes ago. Should the New England Patriots be worried?
Well, reminiscent of the Ohio State-Penn State. When New England has gotten a little bit conservative here in the second half of this game, Detroit has capitalized on some issues, some turnovers, and really done some special things here. Now, if you're New England, you can't come out and run the ball 3 times and think you're going to win this game. at some point you're going to have to make a pass. I would say on first down, something short may be the way to go.
Well, folks, I was wrong. This turned into a game. I thought this was going to be another episode of OSU and Sonny podcast, talk about what various movies they've seen. The first 10 is going to be handoff James White. Flag on the play. Big hit in the middle. And this one's going to be a hold on Rob Gronkowski. It's going to back him up 10 yards, and that is what you didn't need to do here late in the game, Sonny Weaver. They end up committing a penalty. Our first one of the game we've seen, and that's a big one.
Oh. You just get the feeling this isn't going to end well for New England.
Ruh-roh. The alarms are going off here at 1st and 20 now for the New England Patriots. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. It's going to be a handoff to James White over the left side, who makes a man miss. Oh, that was a big missed tackle there. A nice touchdown-saving tackle in the back by Callaway, but White gets back 17 of the yards. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 3.
It was White juking 17 yards down the field because it wasn't a defender.
Look. We all know that Casper the Friendly Ghost is one of the best football players we've ever seen. 2nd and 3 now for the New England Patriots. So we're nearing the 2-minute warning. On 2nd down, it is going to be handoff to James White, who's going to have the first down. He'll get up to the 44-yard line. That's going to get us to the 2-minute warning. And this Detroit Lions run defense is being exposed right now, but they're not out of this game. They have all 3 timeouts.
Gianni Slade, where are you? Somebody put out an APB for that guy because this run defense, you got the big 6'10", I don't know, he's huge. 300-plus pound defensive tackle in the first round this past year. You expect him to stop this running attack, but it's just been non-existent today.
You're going to need a big milk carton to put his face on. 1st and 10 for the Patriots. Ball on the 44-yard line. We're at 2 minutes to go. Detroit has all 3 timeouts. 1st and 10. It's going to be pitched to the outside for James White, who laterals it all the way back to Tom Brady.
Tom Brady with the game-saving lateral reception there.
What did I just see? It's a 3-yard loss. 2nd and 13 now for the Patriots. That was fun. 2nd and 13. It's going to be handoff James White right up the middle. He'll get 2 yards on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 10. This game has been so weird. This game has just been weird.
Right now, New England has to be feeling like, this is very reminiscent of a Super Bowl fumble they did, in fact, encounter last year. And this one, not quite as costly, but could end up being quite embarrassing.
Definitely is weird. Tom Brady's got some hands, though. That was a big play there. 3rd and 10. Let's see what the Patriots decide to do. Shotgun formation for Brady. 3 wide receivers, 2 over to the left, 1 to the right. Gronkowski on the right side of that formation. Deion Lewis in at halfback. Do the Patriots run it and force Detroit to use their last timeout? Do they throw it? They're going to hand it off to Deion Lewis, and the Lions are going to tackle him at the 49-yard line, use their final timeout. So Detroit will have a chance with 1:45 to go. Sonny, do you like the call of them running it on the 3rd and 10?
I don't, and the reason being is a field goal doesn't win it for you. Normally, if a guy's got that last time out, you worry about him being able to set up for a field goal. But at this point, I'm not seeing that, and so I think what you got to do is take a shot and try to help your defense out. Now you got Matthew Stafford, who, as much as I like to joke about it, is one of the best quarterbacks in NBL history. So from the 16-yard line, Matthew Stafford, 1:37 to win this game, and folks, he's done this before.
But once again, we have proved something, and we're going to run one more of our NBL Live updates. Roll the intro! Yes, we do have another update here as Stafford's going to take the snap here on 1st and 10 and tosses out to the flat. Keith Marshall with it. He'll get a couple yards to the 20-yard line. Sonny, on that kick return, I believe we have once and for all proven that you cannot run through your blockers.
Well, there's been some debate in the physics community about the spatial awareness of guys and their ability to kind of send that and go through people. It's been proven now, I believe in this game, that you cannot run through one of your teammates.
Yeah, physics just getting proven all over the place. It's on 2nd and 6. Stafford in the pocket. He's going to look deep down the middle of the field. He has a man! It's complete at the 46-yard line! Oh, and an injury on the play on the New England side. We'll see who that was. But Matt Stafford, coming back from the depths of obscurity after that horrendous first half, he finds Doyle Green Beckham down the seam, and Detroit is in business. Are we looking at one of the greatest collapses in NBL Live history?
Yeah, I've seen this movie before. I know how this one ends.
1st and 10 for Stafford and the Lions. Ball on the 46-yard line. And yeah, again, great point in the chat by Will Secret. It does stop the clock. That injury using one of New England's timeouts. As it's going to be a handoff on 1st down. Big hole right up the middle for Keith Marshall. He gets to the 23-yard line. Oh, no. We find out it was Brown who's out on the play. I don't care. I don't care. What is happening here in New England?
Well, it looks like Detroit is going to come back from 26 down to win.
Stafford dropping back, 1st and 10. Has a man in the flat. It is Keith Marshall who's going to step out of bounds. Probably had a little more room to get up the sideline, but want to make sure he stops the clock. 5 yards on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd and 5, folks. Tell your friends, tell everybody right now to tune into NBL Live. We have an unbelievable game going on right now.
Oh, yeah, I think, our good friend Bomber, owner of the Detroit Lions, does a show called The Final Minute.
Might be looking at it.
Maybe this could be a potential episode. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
Speaking of upset, Sonny, we are getting word that there is no longer an undefeated team in the AFC West. The Chargers go down 26-24 to the Chiefs on a 60-yard field goal as time expires. That's a big win for the Chiefs team, who was looking for a little confidence in the AFC West. That's a huge win.
Yeah, that's big. That's big, folks. Just like this this blowing of this game could be a huge deal for the AFC East, as New England's kind of in a dogfight there with Buffalo and the Jets. So, wow. Just wow.
Well, 2nd and 5 now for the Lions. 4 wide receivers for Matt Stafford. 3 over to the right, 1 over to the left. Let's see if the Lions can complete this comeback, as they're going to hand it off to Keith Marshall, who tries to run through people again. Actually, that was LeGarrette Blount. Tries to run through people. We have proved over and over. Can't do that. There was a big hole on the left side.
LeGarrette Blount, 4 rushes, 2 yards. Not been his day.
He has been bad.
Not at all.
And some of that's been on the offensive line, but some of that's been on LeGarrette Blount. You hit the hole, son. Hit the hole. 46 seconds and counting. 3rd and 3 here for the Lions. If they don't convert this 3rd down here, things get a lot more interesting. Matt Stafford in the shotgun. He's got 4 wide receivers, 3 over to the right, 1 over to the left. LeGarrette Blount to his left. 35 seconds and counting. Stafford dropping back to pass here on 3rd and 3. Looking, throws it all the way across the field to Blount, who does not have the 1st down and stays in bounds at the 14-yard line. It is 4th and 1. Clock is running. Sonny Weaver. We're down at 20 seconds to go.
You got to hurry up to the
Clock
line.
is running.
What are you doing, Detroit?
14 seconds and counting. They're not going to have more than 1 or 2 plays, if that. Stafford in the shotgun. Full wide receivers, 8 seconds to go. Stafford dropping back to pass on 4th and 1. Has a man wide open who gets out of bounds. And we're going to have 1 play for this game. But the poor clock management by the Detroit Lions puts them in this situation. Now New England needs to stop them on 1 play to escape with a victory.
Well, BTF is going to be interesting this week, folks. Make sure you check that out, because I got to hear what the clock management strategy was there.
Last play of the game, we can only assume Stafford dropping back to pass, looks into the back of the end zone, has a man, he drops it, but with 1 second left, we're going to get a 2nd play. Marvin Jones looked like he had a chance to come down with that one. He drops it, but there's still a fortuitous 2nd on the clock.
Well, he was going to come down with that until number 25 came in late and cleaned it up. That was a huge defensive play there by New England.
Yeah, if you're a fan of our Final Minute show, we'll show you the clutch moments of a close game. We're going to have one here. Let's see what happens. Can New England escape? 4 wide receivers for Stafford. 3 over to the left. Ebron alone on the right side. Keith Marshall in the backfield. 1 play. 1 second for the game. Matt Stafford in the shotgun. He's looking to throw. Looks in the pocket. Looking. Throws it back in the end zone. New England escapes with a win. Unbelievable how they come away with a victory at home. coaching staff of the Lions, Sonny Weaver, is what were you doing with the clock late in the game?
What were you doing? What was LeGarrette Blount doing? Not getting out of bounds. Just wow. That was an amazing finish for here at NBL Live. But
we got a good game.
Yeah, that was fun.
And now it's time for our selection for our NBL Live Player of the Game selection here for broadcast number 141. Sonny Weaver, your thoughts?
Yeah, that was fun. That was fun. You could go a lot of different ways with this one. I think you could go with either the kick returners there that return those kicks for touchdowns. But I'm leaning towards my man, TB12, Tom Brady, with that beautiful pass lane in the game. Brandon Cooks, very efficient on the day. And the guy, I think, who is the best player in this game.
Yeah, Tom Brady for sure. Made probably the greatest throw I've ever seen here on NBL Live and continued to impress. Played as good of a game as he could play. Defense really let down the Patriots at the end, but they pull out with a victory. And Tom Brady's going to be your Player of the Game selection here for broadcast number 141. If you want to check out the archives of all of our Player of the Game selections, head over to our website, 365.maddenbomberleague.com. Under the NBL Live tab, you can check out the NBL Live Players of the Game all the way back to broadcast number 1. A cigarette after that game.
That got weird.
Well, let's take a look at that NBL Live schedule coming up next week, Sonny. Do we see the Porter curse end? Because it is Porter's Washington Redskins against Decca's Philadelphia Eagles. You'd think that there is a very good chance that Porter gets a win on NBL Live, but as we've seen over and over, Sonny, the Porter curse is real, and it takes a real toll on his teams.
Yeah, that's. I think we've seen this one play out before between Porter and Decca, but we'll just have to see how this one goes.
Again, folks, that'll be your Week 10 game. Eagles and Redskins here on NBL Live. Probably looking at Wednesday night, but keep tuned here on the network. Hit that subscribe button so you know when we go live, or go ahead and follow us on Twitter at Bomber League. I'm going to get out of here and take a nap or something. This was a game that looked like it was going to be horrible, Sonny. It turns into a close one at the finish. Your final thoughts on this weird game?
Weird game. Weird game. Weird lateral.
That was a weird lateral.
Hang on to the ball, Patriots.
Tom Brady's best catch of his career. For my co-host, Sonny Weaver, I'm OSU. Your final score, once again, the New England Patriots escape, and I use that word very emphatically. Escape with a victory, 29-23 against the Detroit Lions. We'll see you next week. Eagles and Redskins here on NBL Live.